Have you ever asked yourself what it feels like to move through time? You woke up this morning. You are here, right now. Tomorrow will come. This movement feels so constant, so fundamental. Questioning it seems absurd. But physics has been building toward one answer for over a century. The flow of time is not real. Not slowed, not relative. The flow itself, this feeling of moving from one moment to the next, does not exist in the laws of physics, not as a property, not as a force, not as anything measurable. For each discovery, I will assign a temporal index between 1 and 10. Why are you waiting? Let us begin. Discovery 1. The Block Universe. The year is 1908. Hermann Minkowski, working at the University of Göttingen, presents a lecture that will quietly dismantle the human concept of now. Einstein had published special relativity 3 years earlier. Minkowski took its implications further. He proposed that space and time are not separate things. They are a single, unified structure, a four-dimensional block. And in that block, every event that has ever happened and every event that will ever happen already exists, simultaneously. Not sequentially, simultaneously. You were not born and then grew up and are now watching this. All three of those states, your birth, your childhood, this exact moment, exist in the same structure. Fixed, unchanging. Like the frames of a film reel that exist all at once, even as the projector moves through them one by one. Now try to absorb this. The projector, the thing that feels like it is moving, the thing you call consciousness, the thing you call you, is not moving through time. It is a pattern of matter that believes it is moving through time. The movement is the illusion. The real already exists. Albert Einstein understood this. When physicist Michele Besso died in 1955, Einstein wrote to his family, "The distinction between past, present, and future is only a stubbornly persistent illusion." He had known for decades. The universe he built contains no flowing time, only a dimension, static, fixed, eternal. And if Einstein, the man who rewrote the laws of the universe, believed the present moment was an illusion, what does that make of the life you are living right now? The year is 2020. Julian Barber at the University of Oxford published a rigorous defense of this model in The Janus Point. He argued that what we call the arrow of time, the sensation of past moving to future, is not a feature of physics. It is a feature of entropy. The universe is not moving forward. It is unwinding outward from its beginning, in both directions, simultaneously. Both directions. The past you remember is not behind you. It still exists, in the same unchanging block exactly as it was. The future is not ahead of you. It already exists, fixed, waiting. Take a deep breath now. Before I score this, I want to know what you think. According to everything we just covered, where does your future exist right now? The question is on your screen. Take 10 seconds. Then I will give you the score. Temporal index score for the Block universe, 7 out of 10. Not higher, because this discovery, while it dismantles the flow of time, leaves open one question. If time does not flow, why do you feel it flowing? That question goes deeper, much deeper. Discovery 2. The Delayed Choice Quantum Eraser. The year is 1999. Yoon-Ho Kim, working at the University of Maryland, publishes an experiment that should not be possible. It is called the Delayed Choice Quantum Eraser, and it does something that the Block universe only implies. It demonstrates, in a controlled laboratory setting, that a measurement made in the present can determine what a particle did in the past. Not what it appears to have done, what it actually did. Here is what happens. A photon, a single particle of light, is fired toward a screen with two slits. When no one is watching, it behaves like a wave. It passes through both slits simultaneously and creates an interference pattern. When someone measures which slit it passed through, the interference pattern disappears. The photon becomes a particle. It chooses one path. This much was known since the 1920s, but Kim's experiment adds something that changes everything. After the photon has already hit the detector, after its journey is, by any conventional understanding, complete, the researchers choose whether to erase the information about which slit it went through. When they erase it, the interference pattern reappears, retroactively, in data that was already recorded. The future measurement reaches back into the past and changes it. And believe me, no physicist who has fully understood this experiment has ever been entirely comfortable again. The year is 2022. Francisco De Martini, working at the Sapienza University of Rome, published a refined replication of this experiment, closing the final loopholes in the methodology. The result held. The delayed choice effect is not an artifact. It is real. Let us look into that abyss. If the past can be altered by a future measurement, then the past does not exist independently. It exists in a relationship with the future. Both depend on each other. Both are part of the same frozen four-dimensional block, in which before and after are directions, not sequences. Before I score this, think carefully. The question is on your screen right now. Temporal index score for the delayed choice quantum eraser, 8 out of 10. It reaches an 8 because it does not merely describe a universe without flowing time. It demonstrates one, in a laboratory, repeatedly. If you are still here, if you have watched this far, then you already know. You are not just passing through this moment. This moment is permanent. It always will have been. We face these secrets of the cosmos every single week here at Space Traveler. If you have not joined this crew yet, subscribe and turn on notifications. The universe does not wait. Discovery 3. Time as algorithm. Now, I want to ask you something. If the flow of time is not a physical property of the universe, if it does not exist in the equations, then where does it come from? The answer that physics is converging on is one that should concern you personally. It may be computational. The year is 2020. Chiara Marletto, working at the University of Oxford, published research in the journal PRX Quantum, arguing that time, specifically the direction of time and the experience of sequential moments, may emerge from the information processing of physical systems. Not from time itself, from the processing. Think of it this way. A computer does not experience time between its clock cycles. The processor runs at a specific frequency. Between those calculations, nothing happens. There is no duration. There is only the next state. The experience of time is an output of the process, not an input. Now, consider what Planck time is. Planck time is the smallest meaningful unit of time that physics can currently define. 5.39 times 10 to the power of negative 44 seconds. Below this scale, our current models break down completely. We do not know what happens there. But what we do know is this. The universe appears to have a minimum time scale, a smallest unit, a clock rate. That is not what a continuous, flowing river of time looks like. That is what a processor looks like. The year is 2021. Seth Lloyd, working at the Massachusetts Institute of Technology, published work extending the computational model of the universe, arguing that the cosmos processes information at a rate defined by its energy and mass, and that the direction of time is a consequence of this processing, not a cause of it. You are not moving through time. You are the output of a process that generates the sequential experience you call time. You are, in the most literal sense of the word, a calculation that has learned to believe it has a past. Now try to absorb this. The year is 2026. On April 20th, a team of physicists published results in physical review letters that should not have been possible. Using optical ion clocks, the most precise timekeeping instruments ever built, they demonstrated that time itself can exist in a state of quantum superposition. Not the measurement of time. Time itself, in two states simultaneously. This is not a metaphor. An electron can be in two places at once. This experiment shows that time, at the quantum level, can be in two moments at once. The clock rate of the universe is not fixed. It is quantum. It does not have a single definite value until it is observed. And if the clock rate of the universe is quantum, then asking, when is now, is as meaningless as asking, where exactly is this electron? The answer is, everywhere it is allowed to be, until you look. The question is on your screen now. This one is different. Take your time. Temporal index score for the computational model of time, 9 out of 10. It surpasses the quantum eraser because it does not merely prove that time does not flow, it explains why you believe it does. And it shows that even the processor itself is quantum. Discovery 4. The Final Abyss. And now we arrive at the fourth discovery, the one that the previous three have been building toward. The one that should change not just how you understand time, but how you understand yourself. The year is 2023. Netta Engelhardt, working at the Massachusetts Institute of Technology, published a paper in Physical Review Letters, extending the mathematics of the black hole information paradox. Her work demonstrated that information, at the quantum level, is fundamentally conserved. It cannot be destroyed. Not stored, not compressed, conserved. And on May 6, 2026, Engelhardt published again, this time at the most extreme boundary in the known universe, the point where black holes evaporate, where space-time itself ceases to have meaning. Her result held, even there. Even at the edge where time breaks down entirely, information does not disappear. Now try to absorb this. Every configuration of matter that has ever existed, every arrangement of particles that has ever formed a structure, is encoded permanently in the quantum state of the universe. The past does not fade. The past does not erode. The past is written into the fabric of reality with the same permanence as the laws of physics themselves. And believe me, I have sat with this for a long time. You are not temporary. The arrangement of matter that constitutes you, your thoughts, your memories, this moment, the version of you that is watching this right now, is not moving toward disappearance. It is being written, permanently, into the quantum state of the universe. Let us look into that abyss. You will not be remembered. You will not be forgotten. You will simply always have been. In the same unchanging block that contains every moment of everything that has ever existed, your existence is as permanent as the laws that govern it. Take a deep breath now. One final question. It is on your screen. And this time, I want you to think before you answer. Temporal index score for the information paradox resolution, 10 out of 10. The only 10 in this video, because it does not just change how you understand time, it changes how you understand permanence, and therefore, how you understand yourself. Now, I want to bring all four of these together, because they did not arrive at four separate conclusions. All four say the same thing. The Block Universe tells you past, present, and future all exist simultaneously. The quantum eraser tells you the past is not independent of the future. They define each other. The computational model tells you the flow you experience is an output, not a reality. And the information paradox tells you nothing that has ever existed is ever truly gone. All four say the same thing. Time does not flow. You do not move through it. And the version of you that exists right now, in this frozen four-dimensional block, in this permanent quantum record, will always have existed, exactly as you are, in this moment. And if Einstein was right, and if Kim was right, and if Engelhardt is right, then the only question that remains, the one that physics cannot answer, is this: what will you do with the moment that always will have been yours? Keep looking up at the sky, crew. Now, if this video left you with a question that goes even deeper, not just whether time flows, but whether the universe you are experiencing is the only one that exists, that question has its own answer, and it is darker than anything we covered today. That is the next video. It is already waiting for you. See you at the next edge.